Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Mae.
And I'm Laura. And Mae, what are we talking about today?
Oh boy. Today we are talking about the vegan Bernie Madoff.
Okay. 3 words I didn't see coming together. Actually, Bernie Madoff. I saw those 2 coming together.
Right. So we're talking about the vegan restaurateur in New York City, Sarma Melngailis.
Okay.
Melngailis? I don't know. Whatever. There's actually a Netflix documentary about this, and I did a little bit deeper of a dive, so I'm going to give you guys some more information on her corruption, her greed, her fraud.
And her veganism.
Her veganism and her dog that will maybe live forever.
She was so vegan that she was like, make a documentary on it. Vegans do like to talk about it.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm going to ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
Okay. Well, Laura, what's been going on?
Well, the world's like ending.
Is it?
But I
Why?
think it kind of happens like every week now at this point in like a different way. Have you seen the markets?
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Of inflation. So, okay. No, hold on. I actually do want to talk about this.
I mean,
for a
not
second.
whatever. I
I want to talk about this for 1 second because isn't it just a little bit suspicious that the entire world went inside for 2 years? The economy had no fucking issue.
Yeah.
It like kind of got a little bumpy for a second and then kind of like coasted.
I think so. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, as far as I know, I'm not exactly
But the markets were like record highs through the pandemic. Now, just a little bit of inflation, just a little fucking bit, and all hell breaks loose. Come on.
That is interesting.
What's going on?
What do you think it is? Like, what's your hot take?
I think the markets are just fakes. They just do whatever the hell they want. It's probably the reality behind it.
Interesting.
But goddamn.
You know what is the worst argument? And this might get into some like territory I don't want to get into, but I hate when people are like,
that's the pod.
Yeah, right. But I hate when people like their argument against the gas prices are like, I don't mind paying extra gas if it means whatever. And it's like, okay, well, good for you.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
must be nice being rich.
What
like,
are you trying to prove right now? Weird flex, but okay.
But haven't you heard that from people? Like,
I have heard that, but it's also a lot of times people in the city where you're just like, yeah, you don't drive.
You don't fucking drive. What are you talking about? I was leaving Soho House, actually, which is obviously like home to the most arrogant assholes in the city. And so I'm leaving Soho House, and there was this Australian woman who came up to me and my friends, and she was like blackout drunk. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Oh my God. This woman is about to fucking pass out on the sidewalk, so drunk, and she just goes on and on. She like stops us to tell us this hilarious story about her family members that were like posting on Facebook about the gas prices, and she's like, who cares, you're a Republican, who cares? And I was like,
what?
I was like, yeah, ew, poor people, what the
fuck?
Like, what is
my God, you have to drive to work. What?
I was like, what is wrong with you? We like left that conversation being like,
what even was the logical point being made?
She was like making fun of them for caring about the gas prices on her way into Soho House.
Meanwhile, she flew here from Australia.
A lot of gas in that tank.
Requires a couple gallons to get a 737 across the goddamn ocean.
But I was like, what is this conversation? Like, why are, like, yeah, people are allowed to care about their expenses going up. Like, people have a hard time making ends meet. They have to get to work.
It's
like,
it also impacts so many industries. Soho House, meanwhile, what we're saying is a lot of very smart people there.
I have a good time there. I like their crudités.
it's fine. It's a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's bananas.
Yeah. So gas prices are going up. Stocks are going down. Crypto's a fucking mess. There's a bunch of layoffs going on right now too.
I know. Yeah.
I thought I don't want to cover that quite yet because it's like all going on right now, and it's obviously like sad, but it is interesting some of the industries that are getting impacted more than others, and also not to bring us back to my favorite subject, but Elon, of course, getting back in the mix. There was some layoffs at Tesla yesterday. Yeah.
What about Twitter? Is he still getting
exactly
Twitter?
So that's what, if you guys have been following, I went on a pretty big let's call it a bender.
This was an Elon Musk podcast for probably 2 months straight.
I took a month off because more for my own sanity, because I was like, I'm about to like go stalk this man.
Yeah.
But I do think it's time for me to circle back, and next week I can cover that in combination with Twitter and maybe some of the layoffs that are going on.
Yeah.
But it's also weird because he like was getting paid in Bitcoin at Tesla. So it's like, obviously this is going to be a different way it's impacting everything. I don't really know. I'll look into it and let you know.
Did he follow through? I mean, I guess he doesn't own Twitter yet, but wasn't it like one of those things that he was like, if you don't show up to the office, then I'll just assume you're fired?
He also did that. Such a dick move. Hello. Granted, they do work in manufacturing, and how do you manufacture something remotely?
Yeah, that's
like,
tough.
I will give him a tiny bit of credit there, where it's like, how do you like physically put like metal? You need to move the parts with your hands, right?
Right.
But yeah, he was super anti-remote work. He sent out a very dickish email to his entire company. This is just an extended preview for next week. But that's been what's going on. That's really definitely been the predominant story, I would say, right now.
Yeah, well, also today in my industry, Revlon just filed for bankruptcy.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't they the ones with that big, where they got paid the money on accident?
Yeah, I think that might have been, was that L'Oreal? I don't remember. It was one of the big ones. Estee Lauder, Revlon.
I think it was Revlon that got accidentally paid in a...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really
This
funny.
is so funny. So, okay, not to once again plug another one of our podcasts. You're here right now. But maybe like 8 months ago or something like that, we covered when Citibank accidentally paid Revlon. They paid off $900 million of Revlon's loans. Yeah. And then it was determined they got to keep it.
That's amazing.
Hilarious.
Well, apparently it wasn't enough because they went...
Yeah.
They're filing for bankruptcy.
How do you... Stop it. Wait, right? So they got $900 million paid off of their loans 1 year ago, and then since then have managed to just double the fuck down.
I do not understand bankruptcy, because it's not like those brands are going to go under, right? Or will they? No.
They'll just get repackaged and probably either purchased or go under new ownership or something like that. I have a friend who works in bankruptcy law, and basically that's her entire job, is to just like when these things happen, they just go to the lawyers do their thing for a couple months, then they come back out and they're like, you guys are fired, you guys are still here, you're all owned by this group, good luck.
Yeah, fuck you, you're cool. Basically that's their job.
That's bankruptcy in corporate world.
Yeah, I have a friend who works at Revlon, and she was like, my job is safe for now, but obviously I'm gonna have to start looking because it's up in the air.
Yeah, she should definitely like update the resume.
Yeah, exactly. Have the resume ready to go.
And I'm very sorry for her.
Right. Well, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Should we get into the main story?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So this woman named Sarma Melngailis.
That's a lot of consonants in a row.
Yeah, right? I'm like so confused as to how to pronounce her name. But so she was born 1972, so that would make her what? 40 years old?
Yeah.
No,
like that.
50 years old.
50.
Yeah, 50.
Yes.
My God, I'm so stupid. So she's an American chef, cookbook author, and businesswoman.
Okay.
And she was, at the height of our story, the owner and co-founder of Pure Food and Wine and One Lucky Duck, which were vegan raw food restaurants in New York City.
Ugh.
Yeah, they sound, I mean, in the documentary, the food that they put, it actually looks pretty good. But like the idea, like they were one of the first people to sort of like reimagine, like what if we did pasta with palmini instead of, I don't know if that's a like exact example, but like they were reimagining like food that like regular people fucking food just in a vegan way. And they were
that's cool.
Pioneers in that way.
It's interesting. Like that all has come such a far way in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah,
I think
totally.
so. Like now you can basically replicate everything. She's hot. Okay.
Yeah, she is a certified fucking babe.
What?
That tattoo on her
left
arm.
Drop the doctors, Sarma.
Well, to be fair, I think when this was taken, she was probably like 30. So
still.
Actually,
no. She's just.
But that little duck on the side, that's the logo for the One Lucky Duck restaurant.
Oh, okay. I like the commitment.
So this bitch is dedicated to her brand.
Yeah.
Like really, really fucking dedicated. And she was kind of like a socialite of sorts. Like she would hang out at the restaurants. People knew who she was. Like it's not like she was like a behind the scenes owner. Like people went to the restaurants to see her.
So kind of like with that place in LA with the Real Housewife.
Oh yes, Villa Blanca.
But I guess she's not like into the food so much. But we're like,
yeah. But it's like the whole reason that
was-
you would go to one of those shitty ass restaurants would be to potentially see her or to potentially see someone on the reality show. That was based on those restaurants. Yeah,
exactly.
So by all accounts, like at this time in her life, everybody like loved her. Her employees were obsessed with her. She was really good at what she did.
That's great. Oh no, and that sucks because I know the way this pod usually
know.
goes.
Well,
what does she do?
well, it's kind of crazy. Like, I think, well, we'll just get into it and then we'll just form our own opinions about her. But she was described as like magnetic, positive. Like people were like, she was so smart. She was so business savvy. People were fucking obsessed. So this is something that I found so funny. So I'm researching this girl, right? And I'm researching this girl, like trying to get some information on her. And I come across this article that apparently Louis C.K. at one point or another gave her an STD.
That's so funny.
So
I mean, usually he's not like into the touching part, right?
Yeah, that's true. He's usually just jerking off into
kind of
plants or
hard to get
whatever.
an STD from a doorway.
So hey, it was behind closed doors.
Oh, excuse me. Never mind. Excuse me. Yeah, all bets are off. Wait, so Louis C.K. Are you going to go into more detail?
I'll go
because
into more
we cannot just move away from that topic.
Of course. So there was a page 6 article, and I think like because of what ends up happening later, she had to like, as part of like a subpoena, she gave up her emails and stuff and and documents, and then inside of it was like exchanges between her and Louis about this.
Can you imagine being the attorney on that case and you're just going through the emails and you're like, hold on, this isn't necessarily related, but we do have some follow-up questions on this thread of emails between you and Louis.
Yes. Okay, so this has literally nothing at all to do with our main story today.
I want to hear it more than anything in my life.
So in a series of emails between the two of them in 2012, Louis C.K. He's like pining over her, telling her, my brain has thoughts of you in it, somewhere between.
Hold on, was he married at this point?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he divorced his wife like pretty quickly after having their daughters.
Okay. That's good.
So the emails were part of like of documents provided to the Post that included sexual messages between her, Sarma and her high-powered defense attorney Jeffrey Lichtman. Oh man. Okay. So things turned less romantic when the funny man, Louis C.K., defends himself after having potentially passed along an STD to Sarma. So the chef, I don't know why it's written this way. Sarma emailed him on June 17th regarding a previous email outburst stating that she was upset and freaked out. And Louis C.K. responded with, hey, I understand you're upset. This kind of shit is tough. I never swore that I was clean. I told you I may or may not have given this to you. I'm sorry if I did. If you gave it to me, it's okay. We share the current human bloodstream, which includes this kind of stuff. I should have worn a condom and you should have made me. Okay. We should have done a lot of things. We're human, he wrote. Fair enough. I guess. So he goes, our generation has this stuff. The next generation will be inoculated and will have sex with an electric glass penises and digital vaginas, and they'll get some software viruses instead. It's part of life. That's funny. That's a funny bit.
Yeah. That's literally what it feels like he's doing right now, is just like writing bits out and just like fucking send.
Just workshopping.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? She's a vegan.
So later on, he tells Sarma that he accepts his responsibility for our chemistry and the exchange and wonders whether anyone's clean nowadays. Fair. Because I feel like whenever I was single, I just perpetually had chlamydia. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I, believe it or not, avoided it.
That's crazy. You
I
might
know.
have it right now and you just had it this entire time.
Perhaps that's true. Yeah, actually, come back next week to find out.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I feel like
it's very common.
Very common. I used to have I wanted to make this a bit, but I never did. But I wanted to say, like, if you've never had chlamydia, like, we can't be friends because you don't party hard enough.
That's true.
You
Well,
know?
okay. I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
I just like slept with one guy for too long most of the time.
Right.
And apparently he didn't cheat. We'll see. Verdicts. The jury's still out on that
Or maybe
one.
he cheated, but just with a
with
condom.
clean girls.
Yeah, with clean girls.
Or men. I don't know. Whatever. Live your life.
Live your life.
Either way, here we are.
So then he goes on to say, I've been told the same thing, that there's no good test for guys. And even, that's probably talking about chlamydia then, because that's true.
Yeah.
And then even condoms don't stop shit. I don't know. It's a mess. Hope you're okay. I think you will be.
That was all his email?
No, there's more. And I'm sorry.
I was going to say that was a long thing already, and here we go.
No, here we go. I'm sorry. I still look back tenderly and happily on our time together. And that night, it was really wonderful, even though it never happened again. And it seems to be sort of a stopping point for us, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to give someone chlamydia, it's pretty much you're going to walk away from the situation, I think.
Oh, my God. Louis. Also, what is Louis doing is Louis vegan?
No.
What is he doing at vegan restaurants?
I don't know. Checking out that fucking hot ass babe.
That's true. He was like, we're going to eat here now.
Yeah. So he could not be reached for comment because he's probably like, what? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, he's just like, I can't.
And neither could Sarma. Or I guess they reached her and she was like, I'm not talking to the New York Post. Thank you. Yeah.
First of all that. And second of all, about chlamydia.
Right.
In what world does something positive come out of this for me?
Totally. Also by that time, Louis had been going through his stuff too. So she probably didn't want to be. Yeah.
Involve her name in that. Perfect.
It's like the headline, just like.
It's not great.
Right. It's not ideal.
That is really funny though.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the main story. So what we're all here for. So let's get back to Sarma and who she is. So I mentioned that she grew up in Newton, Massachusetts. And her dad actually worked at MIT, so she comes from some smart people.
Okay.
Her parents divorced when she was 9 years old. So her early interest in food came from her mom, who was a professional chef and later co-founded Allison's Orchard, which is a 450-acre apple orchard. That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
I wonder where that is.
This is also giving me Taylor Swift energy.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm from a Christmas tree farm.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
You're from this like fucking mansion.
Yeah.
In like a nice ass town.
You're not a farmer.
No.
Neither is this lady.
No. She went to UPenn and she also got a degree from economics from the Wharton School. So this bitch is fucking smart.
Yeah, she's clearly
very smart. So she moved to New York City, working for an investment firm, Bear Stearns, until 1996. And then she moved to Bain Capital in Boston, working in a private equity. And then she returned to New York City in 1998. So she lasted like 5 minutes in Boston. And she joined a high yield investment fund, CIBC, but soon left to enroll at the Culinary Institute, New York's French Culinary Institute, to be exact, where she graduated from in 1999. Damn, that must be like a 6-month program or something.
Yeah, that's clearly really quick. And also she just spent 2.5 years in finance, bopped around, was just like, hey, hard fuck this.
Yeah, totally hard fuck this though.
And then went to 6 months of school and then interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so her career. Let's talk about that. So she started dating this dude, Matthew Kenny. Do you know him? That's not him pictured there. He's pictured down below here. But so Matthew Kenny is the guy who owns like not plant food wine. He owns like Double Zero. It's like these vegan restaurants basically, but they're huge. Like he probably has like 200 locations.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never set foot.
You might have, and you just don't know it. There's like Bar Verde, and it's all like iteration. It'll be like a Mexican vegan restaurant, and then it'll be like a vegan pizza or whatever.
Restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm not vegan, everyone.
Yeah, no, neither am I. I'm totally all set. So together, the two of them opened Commissary in 2001, but it closed in March of 2003 after which she consulted for Jeffrey Chodaro's China Grill Management. In June of 2004, Sarma, with the guy from the China Grill Management and Matthew Kenny, opened Pure Food and Wine as New York's first upscale raw food restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah. And so Matthew Kenny is like, he's a really good chef. People really respect him in the industry. I actually signed a bunch of his restaurants when I worked at that company that I hated. And so I signed.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I know. So here's what happened.
Mae famously worked for a company that didn't do very good for its clients.
Was awful. So I worked at this company and it was basically like a reservation platform. And I signed on all these Matthew Kenny restaurants. And once I left the company, the guy who I was working with called me and he was like, hey, these like aren't working. And I was like, oh yeah, you should have never signed that contract. You gotta get out of that.
You're like, delete my number.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, you're a fucking idiot for signing those contracts because like this is snake oil and I don't know what.
I'm clearly pretty good at my job. I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, that product is fucking shit. Again, I'm not naming the actual company, but you can look up me on LinkedIn.
It does have her work history publicly available. So put it together.
I do. Okay, so it was located in Gramercy, and it was named one of New York Magazine's top 100 restaurants for 5 years in a row. So that's really fucking good. Remember when I was a vegan I wasn't a vegan, but I tried that vegan meal service for like a month and nothing happened.
That was so annoying.
Not only did I not lose weight, my skin didn't change, my sleep patterns didn't. I was just the exact same amount of health as I am now.
To be fair, I think
without any fun.
You weren't very fun during that. Oh, you were fun, but like not like you were. It was a lot of understandable focus on the food thing, which is just very fair.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like what it does. It just makes you focus on your food way too much. Way too much.
And then I was like so focused on like, am I bloated today? Am I not bloated today?
Right.
It's like, just live your damn life. And if you have like a little bit of a pooch,
and they just look so
do.
depressing. The foods just look so sad. Just eat a stupid fucking salad. At
I
least you can dress them up.
Yeah, I should have been eating a stupid fucking salad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
gonna start a company named Stupid Fucking Salad. And it's for everyone who just is supposed to eat a stupid fucking salad.
That's the Risque Business News cookbook, stupid fucking salads.
Here's our stupid fucking salads. No one wants to eat these. We have to.
You have no idea. Me and Laura will send each other photos of our lunch and I'll be like, look at this stupid fucking lunch.
Two of our friends sent in the group chat. They were like meeting up at work and they both had their stupid fucking salads. They both had like their sweet greens and I was like, enjoy your stupid fucking salad.
Stupid fucking salad.
They were like,
dude.
okay, what's wrong?
Brutal. So anyway, it was doing really, really well. This Pure Food and Wine, like people, they love to work there. The documentary interviews a bunch of the employees and they're like, I was proud to work there. I was pumped to go into work every day. She like cultivated this awesome like atmosphere. Everybody was just like in it to win it there.
That's awesome.
So Matthew Kenny is much more of like an ideas dude and like he really does not have much of like a financial background.
No.
So he would be wanting to do things, which is probably maybe part of the reason why they signed with my awful ex-company. But he wanted to do things that didn't make a lot of sense.
Matthew Kenny, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
We're so sorry that Mae single-handedly took down your business.
Yeah. Well, no, he got out of it, thank God. And the
okay,
businesses are thriving.
Fair enough.
And they're very good for vegan food, I have to say.
Yeah. I'm going to continue to not go.
Yeah.
No, thanks. I'm going to eat my stupid fucking salad.
Eat your stupid fucking salad. But anyway, so he wasn't paying attention to the financial side of the business and they got into some like issues. Basically, they were in debt by like $2 million.
That's
and then
a lot.
So
that's
the guy,
not as much as Revlon.
No, it's certainly not as much as Revlon.
Take a page out of their book.
So the guy from the China Grill Management, he basically had a choice, like where he was like, I need to decide like how I want to move forward with this, and he didn't think that Matthew Kenny was the right person to stay on.
Run it. Yeah.
But he really was impressed with Sarma and her business background and the decisions that she made, so he went with her. And by doing so, she had to take on this like huge debt, but she still was like owner of the business. It was like very confusing to me.
Oh, it's like an Ursula kind of scenario.
I don't know. I'm like too dumb to understand it. I was just like, whatever, sounds fine. So she splits with Matthew Kenny and it's wicked fucking sad. And she's like just bummed as fuck because they were like such like a power couple.
Yeah.
And then so she starts leaning into being like this single girl that owns this restaurant. She's like super obsessed with her brands and she loves her dog.
Is that when she goes over to Louis or was that prior?
I don't know. Actually,
Louis C.K. enters the picture.
I guess that was after. Yeah.
She's like, this was a dark moment for me.
Right. So,
just kidding, Louis. You're amazing.
I would hook up with Louis.
Of course.
Don't tell Mark
like
that.
a respect hookup, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like a sexual thing. It's more just like you're a really good joke writer.
You're so fucking talented.
Yeah.
But I really hate your appearance.
No thanks otherwise. But like,
Yeah.
I just want to pay homage more than anything.
There you go. Yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I'm sorry for everything you've gone through. So she splits, wicked sad. And then she's like obsessed with her dog, Leon. This is Leon down here. He's like a pit bull mix.
Oh.
And he's just an angel, a sweetheart angel.
Oh, look at his ears.
He's so cute. she's, again, like, I can't stress enough how much the interviews on this doc, people are like, she was the best boss ever. She cared about the restaurant so much. She cared about her employees, but she was fucking obsessed with her dog.
Okay.
Obsessed. So 2011.
She sounds great so far. This sucks. I'm
is-
so sad already.
Well, it's kind of one of these.
Is she going to be a bitch?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of up for debate. But in my opinion, no.
Okay. Fair enough.
She was also present in this documentary. Like, they interview her. So she's, like, telling her side of the story, too.
Good call. It control the narrative.
Yeah. So 2011, none other than Alec Baldwin starts frequenting Plant Food and Wine. Apparently, he's a vegan.
Was Louis in there?
Yeah, right?
I'm going to come in.
Did I tell you I saw him on the street?
No.
So I saw him walking his baby with his nanny.
Aw.
And yeah, it was like really cute. And I saw him, and then I saw him see me see him kind of thing, where he was just sort of like, yes, I'm Alec Baldwin, please don't say anything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a celebrity I saw fairly recently was Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah, I've seen him too, actually, at the airport.
Yeah, he lives in my neighborhood, and he was walking, I don't know if it was his or not, a Great Dane.
No.
I'm dead serious.
Oh my God, that's
and
a
at first,
statement.
Matt and I were walking, and we were just like, "Oh my God, Great Dane! Like, so cool!" And then we were like, "That's Peter Dinklage," and for obvious reasons, they it's a pretty big statement piece together. And we were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That's so funny. I wonder
It
if
was so funny. I almost wanted to take my phone and take a picture, and I was like, "That is so rude."
That's extremely.
I'm not
rude.
gonna. I obviously didn't do it.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I wanted to. But
Well, it's kind of funny. Like, imagine like he just really loves that breed, and he's like, I know that people are gonna think I'm like this attention-seeking psychopath, but I just
Also,
fucking
like,
love
good
this
for
breed
him.
of dog. I don't know.
He may as well. I kind of
Yeah.
like it. Lean in.
Yeah,
do
Great
it.
Danes are like horses in your house.
They're enormous dogs. Also, that is a statement dog in New York City, period.
Yeah, exactly.
Who has room for a Great Dane? That's like, I'd rather have a roommate.
Right? Yeah, no, literally. Also, like, I mean, sure, Peter Dinklage's house is fucking huge. But
I'm sure.
Still,
It's still New York.
yeah,
you know,
exactly. It's
in a-
crazy.
Like, I don't think he lives in a big building. Like, what? Like,
Don't they need to like stretch their gams too?
that's what he was doing. He was taking it out to stretch his games. The dog was like, "Let's fucking go.
Also,
Hurry."
the idea of like picking up a Great Dane's poop is insane.
You need like a trash bag.
Yeah, right?
Not like a little doggy bag, trash bag.
And also like okay, that would be crazy for us size people, but then like that would be like picking up a
The
poop
whole-
like this big in comparison.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty funny. It was really fucking funny, actually.
Wow. Okay.
We were like, this was a special moment. And
I'm gonna need to look up if that's his dog. 'Cause that's
I have
really
no
funny.
idea. I
Yeah.
never actually followed up on that.
Okay, so Alec Baldwin starts frequenting there, and basically a journalist in the documentary says, my understanding of her relationship with Alec Baldwin is that he was a regular customer at the restaurant, and that like a lot of gentlemen that went there had a bit of a crush on Sarma. Apparently she like really loved him, and not like sexually though, like they just had like a really strong friendship, and he actually met Ilaria Baldwin at Plant Food and Wine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there, the little celebrity action going in there, eating some vegan food.
I wonder, like, it's so fucking embarrassing that she got caught faking her accent.
It's so funny.
Like, imagine being Alec Baldwin. I would be like, babe, what is fucking wrong with you?
But Alec Baldwin's also such a superstar that he could be like, yeah, I'm dating this crazy person who can just make up things. Like,
Yeah.
that's almost its own status symbol.
The best thing ever was that when she was cooking on some show and she goes, how you say, a cucumber?
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say it? Cucumbers.
She's from Boston, Massachusetts. She's from Massachusetts.
That's so funny. Also, did
How
you
you
see
say, cucumber?
when Kylie Jenner was cutting up the cucumber?
Kendall, yeah.
Kendall Jenner. There was a video of her where she was like trying to like cook her own snacks or whatever. Cook, first of all, and she's slicing a cucumber, just like a machete, just the
was-
most chaotic
But
slices
then-
you've ever
and she,
seen.
Like, crossed her arms in a really unnatural way. Have you seen this? You know what we're talking about? Oh my god, it's so funny.
Do you want the chef to make you a snack?
I'm making it myself. Just gotta chop up some cucumber.
Be careful, because I nicked myself the other day.
I don't know, I'm kind of scared.
There you go.
It's really funny to learn about like the different sides of TikTok people are on.
Yes.
I'm like, that's like my whole feed is people making fun of
Kendall Jenner. yeah. It's
So Sarma and Alec struck up this friendship, and then she starts dating this dude named Anthony Strangus.
okay.
And basically how she got in touch with him is that she noticed he was friends with Alec on Twitter and that they had some witty exchanges back and back. So she was like, oh,
This guy?
Yeah. So she was like,
Stop.
obviously this guy's a good guy. He's friends with Alec, like blah, blah, blah. But I don't even know if Alec even knows this guy. I think it's more so like that Alec maybe responded to him on Twitter once, but that he was like, oh, I'm like really close with him. And it was like super fucking weird.
Oh my God.
So
okay.
this is the guy. So
he looks like Mr. Average Joe.
He really does.
She marries him?
Yes. After they've only been dating for like a year. And basically he was like brainwashing her, and
that's really weird. What's his background? So I know he has a Twitter account.
He has a Twitter account. I think he's like sort of a Tinder swindler type dude where like everything about him is a lie.
So she got
yeah. So staff members fucking hated this guy like immediately. They were like he starts getting his nose in the business, and he's just like involved in all these meetings and stuff. And they were like, the vibes are off. And like we had loved Sarma, so we're like, what is happening? Why is she with him? Like he sucks. She actually says in the documentary that she really did not want to be his wife. She reiterated her state of mind, telling the mag that the impression in the doc. Sorry, what am I saying? So she didn't want to be his wife, but basically, like the documentary says that like she intentionally married him so that he could start transferring money
to her. So it was more of like a financial arrangement than like she was into it.
Right. She says that that's not the case though. She was like, at some point he did some mind fuckery and got me to marry him, but she like really didn't.
So basically she just like came to in this interview for Vanity Fair and she's like, what? We're married?
Yeah.
No.
No fucking
Did he
idea.
send me money?
So basically they asked each other on a date on Twitter, and which is like, if you're meeting anyone on Twitter, I mean, what are we doing here? So they met in person in New York City in November of 2011. And Sarma admits that Strangus wasn't fit or toned and he appeared to be so on his pictures online, but she dismissed her concerns as being like shallow.
That is so funny that is the first thing she brought up. A little bit of a catfish.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
Pretty crazy. Apparently she had also gotten pregnant by accident, and
okay, well that is probably
and then she terminated it without telling him.
Oh, all right, whatever. Live your life.
You know.
Listen,
whatever.
I'm not gonna get in your personal biz. We know a lot about her vagina at this stage.
Yeah, right.
We know more facts about her vagina than I know about most people's.
Yeah, that's true. STD, probably
she's had
chlamydia or gonorrhea.
She has had sex with Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Didn't need to know that, but I know that now.
I need to know that.
I mean, I'm not mad that I know that, but like, I didn't expect that I would need to. I didn't go into the podcast today being like, I'm going to learn another sexual partner of Louis C.K.'s today. Mm-hmm. And here we are. Mm-hmm. And then this guy.
All right. So, okay. So apparently Strangus got a relatively early start on his alleged brainwashing of Sarma. So she says in this documentary is her being like, I was brainwashed. He promised her enough cash to pay off a slew of her debt, including a $500,000 mortgage for her ex, Matthew Kenny.
Oh no.
And a $1 million loan from Pure Food and Wine, the investor from the what's it called?
He was just going to be her sugar daddy?
Apparently,
Kinda. Like, I mean, not to be crass or anything like that, but
yeah. So by April of 2012, Anthony Strangus had not given her a dime. He had, however, sworn that he could make Sarma and her beloved pit bull Leon immortal.
Oh, who is this guy?
I don't know.
Is he like cult party of one right now?
I think so.
What the hell? She's just gonna believe anything anyone says to her?
I think so.
Oh my god!
I think she was like
Sarma?
so in debt, and I don't know. It's like
just really desperate at that point. She was like, I just want to live forever, debt free.
Also, she was like extremely like, you know, your stereotypical vegan where she was like really spiritual. So she's like, oh, he's spiritual. So like maybe this is real. I don't know. Like she got wrapped up in some stuff. So he told her that he had a secretive job doing black ops for the government and a feud with his allegedly evil tech savvy brother that he likened to the struggle of power between Marvel characters Thor and Loki. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, he has an evil arch nemesis
And
who
he's
is his
doing black
brother,
ops
and he's
for
doing black ops for the government.
Yeah.
And he has $1.5 million that he won't give her.
Yep.
Apparently.
Doesn't that sound like the Tinder swindler?
It sounds like he's just, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it sounds
just
like
like-
he's just absolutely making shit up, and she's just way more naive than I'd anticipate after what she's
Exactly.
already been through. Like, she worked at, like, finance companies.
She graduated from Wharton.
She graduated from Wharton. There's a lot of con artists that come out of that school.
Are there really? Probably.
Yes, there are.
Really? Is
a
that
lot
like
of
thing?
wonderful, smart people, but I think has a tiny bit of a higher percentage.
It's interesting.
Well, no, actually, HBS has them too. That'd be, you know what? I'd actually love to like kind of do all the business schools,
Yeah.
and like see what the stack rank of the most people who have major scandals attached
Like
to
the
them
alumni.
comes from. The alumni of like the infamous, and just see who wins. Like if you're gonna have bad guys, like which one's the most?
Yeah.
I didn't get in, so I'm clearly bitter.
Okay, so anyway, so Sarma, according to him, all that Sarma needed to do was pass a series of cosmic endurance tests, most of which...
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep doing a what, but like that just doesn't, we can't just keep going.
I know. So most of these endurance tests strangely involved transferring huge sums of money to Anthony.
Who is this man? Does he offer courses?
I know.
Like seriously, does he have a TikTok channel with tips and tricks on how to convince people to do stupid shit?
So basically it's like a trust fall. He's like, you need to show the world that you're able to trust me by giving me $5 million.
Oh my God.
I know.
And what does he have to like, what does that must be the best dick she's ever had.
She says she like didn't even like having sex with him. Like she didn't like him.
What was the point?
I have no idea. So Sarma recalls to Vanity Fair, he convinced me I'd be empowered in ways I couldn't imagine. I would have access to unlimited resources so that I could grow my brand all over the world, make a documentary I always wanted to make. Well,
here we are.
Okay.
That check. One check.
Yeah. And the one that would finally change people's ways and help eradicate factory farming. Basically, I could do all the world-changing things that I would been quietly dreaming about. I could help whoever I want, and I could stay young forever doing it. Insane.
Was she on drugs? Like, can we just talk
Maybe.
about, was he just drugging her?
Maybe he was just giving her shrooms every day.
Yeah, there's just no fucking way.
Right.
He's gonna make her, like, this is like a Greek mythology
It's
scenario
insane.
where they're like, oh my, immortality.
So
Unlimited wealth. No factory farming.
right, like, okay. So Sarma alleged that throughout their relationship and marriage that Anthony insisted she needed to pass his tests, which would range from fraudulent money transfers to sex acts to tolerating his obesity. So like he got obese during the time that they were together, and he was like, this is just a test for you to see how disgusted you can be. Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life?
Yes. Yeah, this might be the weirdest one we've done.
Yeah, so obviously, like, these sorts of things were in stark contrast to her good, quote-unquote, veganism, and they were meant to keep her safe and grant her and her dog, Leon, immortality.
Okay.
It's so funny when you just boil down this story to, like, this woman thought that a guy could make her dog immortal.
Yeah. And her. And give her all this money and stop factory farming.
Yeah, it's crazy. So sources told Vanity Fair that Anthony became a fixture at Pure Food and Wine around early 2013, but there wasn't much evidence that the couple's wrongdoing from about a year from that point. An investigation found that Anthony and Sarma first started making fraudulent fund transfers from the restaurant's business accounts to her and Anthony's personal accounts around January of 2014. So by January of 2015, the couple had blown $1.2 million of Pure Food and Wine's cash at casinos in Connecticut. Wow.
What?
In
also,
addition-
the two of them together?
Yeah.
No. no.
In addition to spending $80,000 on designer watches, $70,000 in hotels in New York City where they lived. So why the fuck wouldn't they just stay at their house?
Oh my God.
And Europe, and another $10,000 in Uber rides.
Okay, that one's the worst.
Yeah, right?
That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I get it. Listen, it's hard to get to JFK sometimes. We understand. But goddamn.
I know.
They've better been like Uber Black, not just surge pricing on a freaking Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah.
Just
And
sitting
this
there
is
like, God damn it. This is $130.
Oh, if you're lucky.
Doesn't that piss you off?
God damn. Yeah.
when you're
it's
sitting in
insane.
like a piece of shit car. You're just like, I'm paying 3 figures.
It's insane. Lately, to get to JFK, it's like $90. I was
Yeah.
like, because I'm going to Boston this weekend, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll fly, like, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, because the prices of the actual airline ticket are cheaper than the Uber.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
So I would rather just go on the train, I guess.
You could technically, depending on when you're leaving, go and take Long Island Railroad.
Yeah,
It's
but I'm not going
$5.
to do that, obviously.
I'm just saying, just throwing out solutions. Laura's solutions over here.
I'm obviously not going to do that.
Yeah, I
so
know. Well-
it's not a great solution.
It's an option. Okay.
It's an option. Okay. So
Acknowledge my contribution, please. Thank you.
So this high roller lifestyle caught up to them, go figure, and
no.
it hurt Sarma's pure food and wine workers first. So remember that this is somebody who was beloved by her
That
workers.
sucks.
And she still to this day, like, she's like, I was obsessed with that restaurant, like, blah, blah, blah. 2014 owed her employees a massive 5 months worth of paychecks to the tune of $40,000.
What employee didn't? It's waited 5 months.
I know. Well, I think they were really loyal, so they were just sort of like, okay, she says it's coming. I don't know. And also, like,
That's
working
so-
in restaurants, like, you're there to make money.
Right. No, it's not like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this was one. I'd be curious the breakdown of these employees, but like, I know a lot of the people I know who work in restaurants, they don't have just 5 months to fucking float.
I mean, it's crazy, especially like the chefs in the back and stuff that aren't getting tips, you know?
Unreal.
So with legal fees added to the unpaid wages, the debt to employees alone totaled $63,000.
Yikes.
So in winter of 2015, Pure Food and Wine workers picketed because of their missed checks, and the eatery closed shop for good in July of 2015. This was a direct result of Anthony and Sarma's fraud. Obviously, also with businesses like restaurants, every penny counts.
Right. Yeah. It's not like New York restaurant scene. It's hard.
Right. So
Famously.
they couldn't pay their workers to be there, and they were busy jet setting around the world, gambling the restaurant's money, with workers revealing in the documentary that from 2014 on, Sarma was rarely present at the restaurant at all. Probably because she was too afraid to face them. You know what I mean?
I would imagine, first of all, if you haven't paid someone, like, why would you show up and be like, hey,
yeah,
remember how you didn't get your paycheck? But also, is there more, like, do we know why? What did he have on her? Something is
I
up.
don't know what. I don't know what I think he just saw her as a rich lady who had like a bunch of funds and just took advantage of that and took her money.
Yeah, but like, how?
By mind fucking her. Like,
What? How does one mind fuck someone?
I don't know. I mean, she's brainwashed. She thinks that her dog is going to live forever. It's like the weirdest thing.
This guy really should have started a cult.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Okay, so they're on the run. So
What?
Yeah, so everybody knows that
So they went to court because of the debt, or did they not go?
No, they didn't go yet. So now they're on the run. And they were on the run for a while, and they were under like false aliases and whatever, but there was a long running fraud that they were doing, and it came to an end in May of 2016 when Anthony ordered a Domino's pizza with a side order of chicken wings to a Tennessee hotel room.
Oh my God.
Isn't
It
that-
wasn't even vegan food
I
that got
know.
them in trouble.
I know. Isn't that so obviously like all the articles from this time were like vegan caught eating cheese. Like,
And they were like, also stole a shit ton of money and went on the run for multiple years.
Right.
To Tennessee. What the hell?
I know.
If you want to disappear.
So
Tennessee
cops arrested the couple, who quickly turned on one another in court. So in March of 2017, the New York Post reported that Anthony took a deal to plead guilty of 4 counts of grand larceny in the 4th degree, and he was sentenced to a year behind bars and 5 years of probation. And he was released from Rikers Island in May of 2017. So
he's back out there.
I think so.
Mind fucking someone else.
In the same month of his release, Sarma took a deal of her own, pleading guilty to grand larceny, criminal tax fraud, and a scheme to defraud. And she was sentenced to 5 years probation and a split 6-month jail sentence. And she was released from Rikers in October of 2017.
Damn.
Which is like crazy. You can just do whatever you want and you serve like 20 minutes of jail time.
Yeah, it's really like, I mean, it's a split sentence of 6 months. Like,
please.
Come on. And she got how much money out of that?
That's
a pretty good paycheck.
Yeah. And also, she's probably out of debt now. That $2 million of debt.
Absolutely.
That she had on.
Like, actually, if you think about it, your hourly rate, 6 months in jail for whatever, $2.5 million or so.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, you can get fit.
You go get fit.
Get sober.
You get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop drinking. You come back
really
out.
good.
You look great.
I know.
You get to have enjoyed your $2.5 million. We need to stop pitching fraud on this show.
I know, right?
I feel like this entire thing is always just like, honestly, crime pays is what it's sounding like.
Fraud is a great way to make a lot of money.
Yeah, and then just go like take a 3-month break in jail and then like kind of move it along.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and then also people have been reading about you for a while.
If I
They're
were
gonna know what you were up to.
If I were smart enough to know what fraud is, then I would consider doing it. Okay, so where do they stand now? So Sarma filed for divorce, no kidding, from this guy she never should have been married to, in May of 2018, and she has made it clear she has no interest in ever seeing him again. She says that the documentary gave audiences the wrong idea about their relationship. She says it made it seem like I'm in contact with him and we're on good terms, which is absurd. She said she has not seen them since their arrest in Tennessee and transferred to Rikers Island. I don't ever expect to be in contact with him ever again, and the idea of seeing him is terrifying. I get a jolt of panic. And then when I see a big guy with the same sort of wide build, she's just like, this guy's chubby. From afar, I worry for a second that it's him. I still sometimes have nightmares about him.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I know.
How did...
what was I going to say?
Does she talk more about like how he got her under his spell? She needs to do a follow-up.
Basically, like lying and saying that he had all this money and that he was this important person. Like, it's a very Tinder swindler of him.
But what's crazy is like, I have no doubt that Sarma could have gotten someone authentically like that.
I know. So
that's what's weird about this. And I'm like, you could have.
There's a lot of things weird about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
There's some loose ends here, Sarma.
Yeah. Also in the documentary, which is funny because like all the newspapers were like, vegan eats the chicken, da da. She was like, I didn't eat that food. She was like, that was part of like his test that he would put me through. It's like watching him eat this disgusting food.
All right. Chicken wings are pretty good.
Yeah. But like to her, they're like disgusting.
No, I don't want to hear it.
I mean, they're delicious obviously. So as for the immortality, Sarma and her dog are still alive. So,
all right. So prove them wrong.
Seen.
Prove them wrong.
Yeah. So did she ever pay her employees back? So a large part of the Bad Vegan documentary is spent hearing about Sarma and Anthony from the employees who worked at Pure Food and Wine during their marriage, most of which have either left the restaurant or eventually went on strike due to non-payment. The former restaurant owner did eventually pay her employees who went underpaid during the time period shown in the documentary.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
With what money? Did she started something new since?
I don't really know. Exchange for, I don't really know. She received a fee that went to the attorney representing the employees. Interesting. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine.
She says,
Doesn't
I was
matter.
relieved once this payment went through, but it was a small part of what remains outstanding. I want to be clear that I'll keep working towards addressing it all, one way or another, eventually. She also wrote that besides the back pay, which she claimed on her income taxes, she did not profit from Bad Vegan. Netflix and or the producers can confirm this. Anyone who's been the subject of a reputable documentary or who works in the industry can also confirmed the standard practice is not paying subjects. So she wants to make that clear to everybody. This isn't like a way for her to swindle more money.
honestly, I would have been fine with her getting more money from that if it meant it was going to her employees.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sarma, you make no sense.
I
I started
know.
out being such a fan. You
I
look so
know.
good.
She does look
Got
good.
your cute little tattoo. And now you're just being stupid.
Well, God bless.
She's got years left in her, though. So I'm sure that's the thing is these people don't just like go away.
No, I
She'll
mean,
be back.
she's going to have to live. Apparently, she's like taking a beat, though. She like posts on her Instagram mostly just photos of her dog. It's just like, she loves this
If
dog.
this dog
like,
dies,
I know.
I mean,
imagine if it won't die. That'd be weird.
a couple of years from now, we're all like,
I guess
it's
she was
getting
right.
weird. It's
yeah, like
getting
this dog
weird.
is like 25 years old.
It's getting kind of. Did I ever tell you we had a rabbit like that? We had a rabbit that I forget what it was like. What is a normal rabbit age? Like 8, something like that.
No clue. Yeah.
Something like that. And this rabbit was like 50% older than what the standard rabbit age was at that point. And it was a Jersey Woolly, which are all white with black ears and red eyes.
Oh,
and we were like, and it was
it's like a scary password.
yeah, exactly. And her name was Marshmallow, and Marshmallow the rabbit lived just an egregious amount of time. And we were always like, not to be rude, but are you gonna die?
Not to be rude, but like, you gotta go. This is getting
You're
freaky.
starting to freak us out a little bit, you fucking little demon down. So sweet. The sweetest elderly rabbit just downstairs being old.
That's so funny. Not to be rude, but like, you gotta go.
We're worried.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old was she?
I think she ended up dying eventually, like, I don't remember exactly how the years like went out, but it was something like it was an additional 50% of what her life expectancy was. 50.
Damn.
Which is a lot.
That would be like 150-year-old
Right.
person.
Can you imagine?
It's so old.
You're all just like, she's just fine.
Yeah.
Just eating her little carrots.
That's crazy.
Just being a rabbit, not a ton going on.
yeah. Well, good for her.
Yeah. So hope that dog goes the same way.
I hope so too.
Just having people just being a little incredulous around it the whole time.
I wonder if she still lives in New York. That'd be fun to see her.
Yeah. Just, come on the pod. You're literally welcome.
Oh yeah, we'll pay you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Not
$100,
much,
but
but yeah. I'll cook you some vegan food.
I don't know how to do that. All right, lovely. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. We are about to wrap it up. So like and
come
subscribe.
back, like and subscribe. Come back next week. We, as you can see, are shifting around our productions a little bit, so we'll have some exciting stuff coming up soon.
Yeah, good times. All right.
Bye.
Bye.